I've been talking about the lights non-stop ever since I arrived in Norway. Have I displeased the tricky lady? I head away from Kautokeino, north, of course. This is the route to the coast that Mikkel Isak and his herd will soon embark on. It will take them weeks. Me, a mere matter of hours. But overcast skies taunt me yet again. In Alta, I'll be certain of a magical night in the cold. But it won't be marvelling at the northern lights. It will be indoors.
Salve, look at this.
This is the Alta Igloo Hotel. Salve Monson is its manager.
It's so weird. Can you see my breath? It's that cold, but in a strange, dry way. It's not...
Yeah, the average temperature inside is about -4.
These huge ice doorways. Ice animals, and a penguin. I think these are huskies, don't you? Wagging their husky tails. Little bright faces waiting for instructions. Maybe this is a bit of the Northern Lights. Snow bears. Look at this. There's a little snow church in here. Look at this snow church. This is extraordinary.
We do weddings here.
Oh, how fantastic.
The ice hotel lasts for about mid-April.
It melts completely.
Yeah, it melts completely. From mid-April, it starts melting very slowly.
But Solveig, what if you have guests and it starts to melt? Oh, look at this chandelier.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely as though it's made of crystal.
Yeah, I know, but it's made of ice.
It is, of course, a charming fairy tale experience. Until you realise that if it is a hotel,
Delicious thing.
that means you're meant to sleep in it.
That is a glimpse that makes my heart beat a little faster. Is that the bedrooms?
Yeah, those are the bedrooms.
Ooh, it's freezing. Just to get my bed ready. This has got somebody still inside it. How awful, a little corpse is in this one, a little dead person. No, just having a laugh. Oh, is that comfortable? It's a nightmare. What am I doing here? My breath hanging in the air could say it for me, but good night. And if I'm not with you again, remember, I thought the world of you. Well, now, I've just woken up. This was such a good sleep. I even took off my gloves, and I even took off my scarf, and I took off my socks. So it was warm. It's been a great success. Might not do it again. Not because it was horrid, but because it was such a palaver.
I'm now right at the top of the Norwegian landmass. I've had a fantastic time. It would be churlish to dwell on regret, but as I reach the sea again, the road hugging fjords which give out onto the Arctic Ocean, the facts are that the land of the Northern Lights has not quite delivered. To get help, I bite the bullet and turn west. The city of Tromsø boasts unrivaled scientific credentials in studying the aurora. Maybe Professor Truls Lien Hansen of the Northern Lights Observatory can help me improve on that one brief glimpse early in my trip. We went outside and I saw this green slash across the sky.
Yes.
Just a glimpse when I was down at Åre. And I thought how frightening it must have been
Long ago, were people afraid of the Northern Lights?
Yes, a little bit. You shouldn't wave to it. That was dangerous, and some people still believe that.
What would happen?
And you don't whistle to it. Then it coming down, take you.
It would come and take you, so if you waved...
Or it take you away from the ground, yes.
Can you explain to me actually what it is? What's happening?
It's fast particles, electric particles, coming in from space and hitting the top of the atmosphere. The energy of the particles is converted into light, and that's what we see.
So they come from the sun?
We can make a drawing.
No, you do. You must do it, because you must show me.
We can make a fast little drawing here. If you have the Earth here, and the rotating in axis that way, so this is the night side, day side. I have the sun over here somewhere. From the sun, there's a tremendous wind blowing, called the solar wind. It'll hit the Earth's magnetic field. It's basically a collision between the two.
That's where this huge clash, this battle is taking place.
Yes. Compressing it.
As Truls' drawing gets more complicated, I must admit I begin to panic slightly. Particle physics has never been my strong point.
That's the magnetic field.
But I do now understand that the Earth is a giant magnet, and its north and south poles attract the electrically charged particles towards them, with spectacular results.
Like, you know, the moon and the sun and even a comet is covering over a small fraction of the sky. But it's not all lights. It's all the sky, from horizon to horizon. It's all over. So it's so grand that way.
Truls, this is a book I had as a child when I was 7 years old, and it had this drawing of the Northern Lights. Well, at least I think these are the Southern Lights, because here is a penguin, and we don't have penguins.
Yes, the penguin in Antarctica will see the same as you see here.
For a drawing for a little child, is that a good drawing?
Yes, it's a typical aurora that you are seeing.
I think this is what I wanted to see all my life more than anything, is the curtain effect.
It's a folded curtain hanging down from space, and the electrons coming down along the lines here. When it hits this atmosphere, it will emit light. So this is a very correct drawing.
Truls, I just hope I get a chance to see it. I hope that my one little green flash isn't the only glimpse I have of the aurora borealis.
Yeah, I really hope you get a glimpse of it. Find a dark place with no disturbing light, and then look for it.
It's now or never to take Truls' advice. The weather near Tromsø is uncertain, but local guide Kjetil Skøgli promises me we'll track down the lights, even if it takes till morning.
I've just got to tell you, if you have a minute, what I've got on. I've got on 2 pairs of socks, one thick, one thin. I've got on, obviously, long johns. On top of that, thermal long johns and a vest, fleece trousers and salopettes, and then another top, which is that top that you can see. Then on top of that, another fleece. We're still only halfway there, because then on top of this, I put on my heavy-going freeze on the top of Everest mountain jacket, and on my feet I've got ice fisherman's boots, which have got soles about this big, fabulously warm, and I've got foot warmers pushed in there, and I've got hand warmers, and then 2 pairs of gloves, 2 hats, and then on top of that I shall put on a kind of life-saving suit, without which you just simply die.
So,
that's good.
The other one.
Lovely. This is
Okay.
snug. It's not exactly what I'd wear to the Oscars, but you know.
I know.
Horses
No.
for courses. That's lovely.
You're well prepared now.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. I can't see anything, Kjetil.
No, it's nothing yet, but it's good activity in the magnetic field tonight, so we just have to be patient.
Okay, so just wait here.
Yeah, you just wait here.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, Kjetil.
I stand in the pitch black by the side of the fjord and wait.
Look much brighter there. Oh, something's happening there. Look up here. Look what's happening here. we've got 1, 2, we've got 3 kind of bands, 3 falling curtains of green, just curling round over the mountain. Look at that. Well, this is a bit different from the green stripe that I glimpsed down at all. Standing here underneath this, I feel a little bit like the illustration of Polly the penguin, who just stood humbly at the side, the little flippers down, just looking up. This is the wonder of the world. This is it. I might just have to lie down and stare up at this. Oh, look at this. And it just keeps changing and changing. I can't believe I'm seeing this. It's fantastic. And it's coming back again. I have been waiting all my life to see the Northern Lights. And now I'm seeing them on a scale that is beyond description. I'm as happy as can be. Look, it's starting. Just behind those little cottages, just below the moon and above the mountains. Look at that! And all the way through it, you can see stars shining through it. And this little moon is shining so brightly, and so it doesn't sort of seem to affect the moonlight. It's just... oh, it's extraordinary. It's so exciting. It's so immense. This is the most astonishing thing I've ever seen. I have a funny feeling it's sort of new. I know this sounds a bit mad. It actually does sound a bit mad. But it feels as though it knew that we wanted to see it so badly. And instead of just giving a little strip of light or a little bit of green, and I would have been so grateful for that, we've got the whole business. This is terribly, terribly moving. Thank you. Thank you. I think I can die happy now, actually. I don't intend to die just yet. But when I do die, I'll die happy. I was still alive in the morning, and quite utterly, dazzlingly happy. My land journey north through Arctic Norway has ended in the best possible way. But I'm not going home. The strongest point on the compass still pulls me northwards. My final destination, far north across the Arctic Ocean, is the most northerly, permanently inhabited place on Earth.
Spitsbergen is the largest island in the Svalbard archipelago. A vast wilderness of mountains, glaciers, and permafrost. It's a natural habitat for the polar bear. Hardly so for people.
This is Captain. Latest temperature in Longyearbyen is minus 16 degrees Celsius.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're also welcome to use our aft exit. Thank you.
Wow. Maybe on second thoughts, it's like breathing knives, but here goes.
Apart from the cold and the latitude, there seems nothing that unusual about downtown Longyearbyen, home to 1,800 of Svalbard's 2,500 people. But I'm not convinced that the world's most northerly kebab van does a roaring trade. People have been living and working in Svalbard for more than 400 years. Whalers, hunters, and trappers came first, seeking valuable oil, blubber, and furs. For the last 100 years, it's mainly coal mining that has drawn people this far north. But to get the true measure of one of the world's most isolated and extreme environments, I'll need to leave town tomorrow and head north for the last time. It's not yet 5 a.m. and my journey is ending at its coldest and wildest. From October to February, there's no light here at all. But by April, the sun will shine round the clock. And even here, plants will find the energy they need to grow again. I want to catch the sunrise and steal a quiet moment.
Well, it's minus 26, and it's my last day in the Arctic. It's such a very, very extraordinary place to be. It's just completely spectacular and hostile. At least hostile to man, because it's so hard to exist here, I think. And it's so fragile. And it isn't really the place for men. I know men have lived here. But we're not built to live here.
I've reached the sea one last time. Despite being this far north, the fjord here has not frozen, still benefiting from the warmth of the Gulf Stream. Finally realizing my childhood dream in Malaysia, pulled by the strongest point on the compass, was more amazing than I could ever have imagined. But here, the north, at its very essence, is where my Arctic odyssey ends.
That's the north. That's 620 miles to the North Pole. And after this, there's nothing. There might be a few scientists and some explorers, maybe some hunters, but there are no more towns, there are no more villages. Nobody lives up there. This is as far as I can go. There's nothing between me and the North Pole. That's rather wonderful.
Tijdens de feestdagen de mooiste programma's op Nederland 2.
There are strict European regulations for items carried in your hand luggage. For security reasons, keep a close watch on your personal belongings.
Het eerste thuis is bij mijn moeder thuis. En het tweede thuis in mijn eigen huis. En het derde thuis is het luchthaven. De luchthaven is ook een deel van mijn leven. En als ik reken in 28 jaar hier op de luchthaven en een derde heb je hier gebracht.
Baggage storage and lockers. Bagagedepot en kluizen.
Heel veel herinneringen en leuke en minder leuke dingen. Maar dat is voor mij heel belangrijk, deze plek.
Eerst 5 trappen omhoog, een beetje buiten adem. Ja, als ik sta zie ik net de kerk. En dan wil ik het liefst dat de zon schijnt natuurlijk. Thuis is belangrijk in de zin waar ik me veilig voel en alles van me af kan schudden naar een harde dag werken of wat dan ook.
550 bij 3 en 3, 600. 650 een heer. 650 een heer. 700 achterin. 750 dame. De lot die we ze gevonden voor hebben, exclusief kar. Nou, 300 is niet te veel zijn. Nou, 200 bij beginnen. 200 is geworden, dank u wel, 220. 240 een dame. 832 is 240, beter 240. 260. 280 bij 832, beter dan 280, 832. Nee. 832 voor 320.
Normaal gesproken, ik ben zo druk bezig dat ik niet aan mijn land denk eigenlijk. Het is schandalig. We wonen al 21 jaar hier, dus ja, je bent gevestigd hier en ja, je huis is hier. Ik wou deze afrekenen.
Kijk u eens aan, alstublieft.
Dankjewel.
Ja.
There are strict European regulations for items carried in your hand luggage. All liquids purchased in the duty-free shops at Schiphol will be sealed and may be taken on board as hand baggage.
Goedemorgen. Heeft u voor mij een paspoort? Uw eindbestemming is Tripoli? Ja. U heeft 1 stuk bagage? Ja. Oké. Dankjewel. Fijne reis.
Merci. For security reasons, keep a close watch on your personal belongings.